The new trend. If you're tired of dating men, just date a woman? This is The Unspoken Why. Welcome back to The Unspoken Why, an audio only podcast where we talk race, culture, and politics. If you like what you hear today, guys, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another one. This is the unspoken why of why a lot of black women are starting to turn inwards and date each other. Okay. And I'm talking about black women who are heterosexual, who like men, who have been married to men, who have children. Okay. I'm also talking about young black girls from 16, 17, in their 20s. I'm seeing it a lot when I go to the mall, when I go out and do my errands, when I go to restaurants. I'm seeing more of our women turning inwards. And we have to talk about this because we talk about the down low men in the black community and how a lot of men are secretly gay and all this other stuff. But we're not really talking about the growing number of young to middle aged black heterosexual women that are having sexual interactions with other women or have exclusively dated other women. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I feel like a perfect person that represents this is Porsha Williams. So we all know Porsha. She's from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she also is on a radio show in Atlanta. She's been making a lot of money. She's been married 3 times. Okay. First to Cordell, who's a football player who we couldn't stand. Cordell was terrible. If you watch the show, you know, you know. Okay. And then she married Dennis. I think she married Dennis, but she had a child with Dennis. I think she married Dennis too. Let me know in the comments. I don't remember. I don't know her whole life like that. And then she broke up with Dennis. I guess he was cheating, blah, blah, blah. They have a kid together. And then her last husband, who she got divorced from as well, Simon, who's Nigerian, born in Nigeria, was living in Atlanta. He was allegedly with another woman, and she took him, and nobody knows what he does for a living. He's like one of those quote Nigerian scammers type things. You know, they had a real messy divorce. And so now, after all of these men she's been with, after having a child, and those are just the men she's married, she's been with way more men, right? And she glowed up, you know, got work done on herself. Now she's with a woman, you know, because why not? Right? That's the 2026 way. That's the Babylon way. That's what America says do, right? If one sex isn't working, jump to the other one. Who cares if you're not really, you know, homosexual? Who cares if you're not really a lesbian? That doesn't matter, you know, just play in all the ponds. Why don't we, right? Because that's the moral thing to do, right? I'm being facetious, but you get it. So Porsha Williams' girlfriend, Patrice Sway McKinney, points out their crazy relationship details. So I'm not really going to read a lot of this article. It's from Bravo, and that's, you know, Real Housewives of Atlanta's aired on Bravo. All the housewives are from Bravo. It's a Bravo franchise. I'm just going to play a little bit of this video and react to it and get into a couple more details and then kind of get into what's happening here.
Well, Porsha, my question's for you. So, what was your reaction to Shamia laughing when she was at Comic-Con if you would stay in the lady pond for good? Oh, I didn't catch that.
Oh, I asked her, I think I asked her, we were playing some shady question game, and I said, do you think Porsha will remain in the lady pond?
Yeah.
She kind of laughed.
Oh.
So she's not going to remain in the lady pond because she's not a real lesbian.
All right. Okay. You are, and we see this relationship play out on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is wild. I didn't see this one coming.
All right. So you see this relationship play out on the show because the relationship is for show. It's a good storyline for Porsha. It's like throwing a dagger. It's like, whoa, where did this come from? Let me watch this season. Porsha is a lesbian now. Interesting. And Andy, I don't know why Andy Cohen is saying he didn't see this coming when they have been pushing girl on girl action, them touching each other, them flashing each other, them having moments where they kissed or they were in the bathroom and something happened. And I've been seeing all the Real Housewives franchise kind of tease with this lesbian behavior. Again, them flashing each other, them kissing each other, them saying inappropriate things to each other, them talking very sexual. They're kind of like pushing this energy where it's like, hey, you can be on the border, you can make these jokes, hey, maybe you can even kiss a girl, it's okay. But they're all supposed to be housewives married to men. But I've been seeing them pushing this, so I don't know, understand why he's saying he's surprised. He's producing the show. He shouldn't be surprised. He knows what's happening.
Um, this last season for me was really tough.
Yeah.
I was
The season before. Yeah, the season that has most recently.
I was going through my
Yes,
divorce.
you were. Yeah, yeah.
And I had to show up, with the
Yeah.
other girls in a way I didn't like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
you were very good at the reunion about kind of explaining what your headspace was, and
I was just trying to say I'm
you
sorry.
owned a lot of
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You did.
But this season for me, I really was about where the love is.
She was about where the money is, where the clicks are, where the likes are. She was about where the attention is. She was about where who wants to be with her and who can she play at the moment. Who can she position herself with that will keep her relevant at the moment? Can we talk? Let's be honest. This is Porsha Williams we're talking about.
The love is. If you love me, I'm here. I'm
Right.
where I'm wanted. I was with the friends who wanted to be my friends, and I
She's where she's wanted. So basically, hey, if a woman wants to be with you, even though you're not a lesbian, why not? Because that's where you're wanted. Ladies, the messaging in this is very toxic. You got to really read between the lines of what's being said here.
even though some of the people who I was getting to know, it was a little bumpy, it still worked out because I ended up being able to build real friendships. So
Yes.
I don't know. I don't really see negativity. I don't even think about it, honestly. Yeah.
She doesn't think about it because this relationship is not going to last. And truth be told, none of her relationships last. No shade. That's just the truth. So, yeah. But a bigger problem here is that she's got a child, right? She's a mother and she's a role model. And what kind of message is this sending? Like, oh, if I'm tired of men, if I feel like I've been ran through or used and discarded or whatever she may feel, maybe she's just tired of dealing with guys in general. Oh, I can just, go to a woman. That will suffice because that's where I'm wanted. That's who wants me. Do you understand like the messaging that she's saying and what this represents for her child? Really. And if this is a Christian channel. I am a Christian, so this is how I speak. If you don't like it, you can click off. Then the video is not for you. So Patrice in here says that it's crazy how 8 years we circled the block. I guess she made a post on IG, and she said she and I actually connected years and years ago on Instagram. I had seen her page and liked a couple of things, you know, how you give a like here and that. And so we had a little communication on Instagram over 8 years ago. And that was actually Porsha. Porsha said that. Then she said the pair ultimately lost contact after Patrice set up a new Instagram account unbeknownst to Porsha. Then Porsha said her page looked different, blah, blah, blah. She connected with her again. And then Patrice slid in the DMs the same way like a guy would do if he's trying to talk to you. Next thing you know, they went out to dinner, her, Patrice, and her sister, Portia's sister, Lauren. And the next thing you know, they're dating. So, what's the real message here? The real message is that, hey, we don't need to work out anything with our men. We have each other. I'm going to tell you who this benefits. This energy, this lifestyle for black women and black men, this energy, this lifestyle, it benefits the dominant society because they want us to die off anyway. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. They want us to die off. They do not want to pay reparations. They're tired of black people and our legitimate grievances. They're tired of us talking about what we're owed. They're so tired of us. We were supposed to be died off by now. Do you understand? We were not supposed to be as influential in the culture of America as we are today in 2026. We were supposed to not be here anymore. We were supposed to be, if we were here, if we are here, we were supposed to be like how the natives are. No offense. But, on the reservations, possibly passed out somewhere off of some vice. I just got to keep it real. They never expected us to be as influential as we are in the culture today. Remember, we are the descendants of enslaved people. We were supposed to be cowed down, nothing. And we're literally super influential to not just, the world, but of everybody. We're running the culture here. What we say, what we do, how we dress, how we talk, how we dance, how we move, everything we do catches on. And so the only people that this benefits is the dominant society, the corporations, because they get to make money off of it, like Bravo's making money off of this. And that's it. We're not benefiting. Black families are not benefiting from this. Black culture is not benefiting from this. Black society is not benefiting from this. And I think that there are a couple of reasons why some black women are turning inwards today. I think one of them is definitely, of course, abuse from men. That's definitely in there. But another one is also certain men don't want them. Certain men are not dealing with them anymore, or putting up with certain things anymore. Also, there's, of course, molestation in childhood. Let's not overlook that. That's very important. It's happening. It's a problem. It's toxic. It's happening to women and men. But I think a lot of these women that are overly sexual, that are sexually promiscuous, that have been ran through, tried everything, I think that they are more likely to get down with this lifestyle, to be dealing with men, and then all of a sudden be bored and be like, hey, I'm tired of dudes. I'm about to hop into the lady pond. I'm about to just do a quick year in the lady pond because I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired of dealing with guys and blah, blah, blah. I also think that certain men are not performing sexually the way they used to. And a lot of women are using toys. And the toys, and I don't want to get too graphic, but certain things they're able to achieve, sexually, they can't achieve them with the men anymore because they've got these toys, and maybe the men are not performing in the bed as well as they used to for them too. So between that and between the toys, now they're just going to the women. There's so many different factors in this, right? But we need to start talking about this, because if I were a dude, I would need to know your history. I would need to know, hey, have you been with women before? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm running a character check, a Christian check, a morality check on you. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I'm telling you. And as a woman, I'm telling you, if you're a dude listening to this, you definitely need to be asking these questions. The same way you need to be asking a woman, hey, have you had an abortion before? I said it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because these are things that you would need to know if you're going to marry a woman, especially if you're going to marry a woman. I think maybe if you're not going to date a woman, hey, and I'm not saying that, abortion is bad, by the way, but I'm just saying these are things that you need to know if you're going to really get involved and put time and sweat equity into dealing with a woman. I'm telling you, as a woman, you need to ask women this. Again, I'm not saying there's reasons why people may get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? So that's separate entity here. But when we're talking about, and they're not all the same reason. And some people may think, oh, it's always bad. It's always bad. It really depends. Some women are in situations where they might actually have to do that. So again, the context there really matters. Okay. But still, you need to know, as a guy, you also need to know if she's been with women, because basically Porsha is flip-flopping here. And it's almost given me like, honestly, like, gay for pay, gay for play. I'm just gonna do anything to stay relevant. And this is the representation that a lot of these young girls are seeing, and they're emulating, and it's a problem. And so, as much as we want to talk about down low men and all that, we need to start talking about this. Because, like I said, the only people that are benefiting from this is the government, and is the dominant society, who wants us to die off, who never want to pay us reparations. They're the only people benefiting from this. They're like, great, they're turning inwards, great. How many babies were born this year? Is it less than last year? Great. We're winning. Eventually, they probably got a plan to eliminate us by a certain year. And they're just hoping that we self-destruct in via many ways. This is one of the ways. It's also drugs as well. It's also just vices. It's also bad health conditions. It's so many things that they're hitting us from all angles, folks. So again, when you're moving a certain way, really think, who is this benefiting? Because it's not benefiting Porsha. And Portia's rich. I mean, she knows what she's doing. And even this woman might be in on it. Like, hey, I get some publicity, because Portia's famous. Why not? But, anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Let me know if you feel like this is a concern and you're seeing this as well. A lot of our young women turning inwards, being with each other. And again, they're not real lesbians. We're talking about women that dated men, married men, had kids, and all of a sudden now they're, dating women or married to a woman. It's so random, right? Let me know if you're seeing this, how you feel about it, if you've had these conversations with your friends and family. If you like this video, you like what you heard today, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And always remember to ask why.